Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox, and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is an offering of the Compliance Podcast Network. March 27, 2019, the Autonomy Goes to Trial edition. First up, the CEO of Autonomy has been sued by HP, and the case is finally going to trial. It began this week in London at London High Court, and HP is seeking $5 billion in losses from alleged fraudulent accounting by former Autonomy CEO Mike Lynch, around the sale of his company to Hewlett-Packard. It was a disaster for Hewlett-Packard back in 2011 when they did it. Within the year, they took a write-down of $8.8 billion. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. So far, it's not looking good for HP. But it's early. Next up, we had an FCPA sentencing yesterday as ex-Hong Kong official was sentenced. However, what we want to focus on today is how he got a lessened sentence by Federal District Judge Loretta Preska. She found that he had engaged in random acts of kindness to many that was, quote, extraordinary, end quote. These random acts of kindness were in detention pre-trial. The prosecutors had asked for about 5 years of sentence, and he was given roughly 3 years, and he served almost 15 months, so it's going to be cut in half. But I'd never seen random acts of kindness as a reason for a reduction in sentence. Stormy Daniels' lawyers continues to be famous and now has perhaps moved towards infamy as he has been arrested in conjunction with attempted extortion from Nike. He claimed that he had evidence that Nike employees had paid monies to high school athletes' sons or children to direct them to certain universities, and that he would not release that information if he was paid a fee. This is clearly extortion, and Mr. Avenatti was arrested for this crime. So Stormy Daniels had dropped him as a lawyer, and that may have been a prescient decision. And finally, bookending the whistleblower negative comments based upon the arrest of Avenatti, we have the SEC awarding $50 million to two whistleblowers in an undisclosed case. It was the second largest total whistleblower award, and there were two whistleblowers. One received $37 million, one received $13 million. The one who received $37 had turned over the smoking gun. So the office of the whistleblower is alive and well, and let's hope it stays that way going forward. Expo 2019, I've got a lot of great new ideas around the podcast and the Compliance Podcast Network. Stay tuned for them all. This is Tom Fox. If you have any ideas for the Daily Compliance News, please feel free to email me at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. I'd love to hear from you. As you may know, we've had several new offerings on the Compliance Podcast Network. One of those includes Popcorn and Compliance, where Jay Rosen and I take a look at compliance through the lens of movies, both current, contemporary movies, and classic movies. Also premiering in December. And finally, Mary Shirley and Lisa Fine have premiered their new podcast, Great Women on Compliance. I hope you will check that out. It's a great podcast series. We have several other offerings that are in production that will go live hopefully in Q1 of 2019. I hope you will check back to see the offerings on this Compliance Podcast Network.